Girl, like, please keep some things to yourself. I'm not sure if this is cozy or just plain tacky. Hi, my name is Annalene and I am starting to get into fantasy books. I made a video a little while ago about the Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas, and I've been watching some booktubers talk about like their favorite fantasy novels, and so I decided to pick up Shadow and Bone. Of course, the second season of the Netflix series is coming out in a few days, so I figured this was like a good time to start reading this. I randomly found this book in a thrift store, so I knew I had to bring it home with me. And I made a little reading vlog, so I'm taking you with me as I'm reading this. I will give you my thoughts and insights while I'm going through the book, and then at the end I will give you a little review. This video does contain some spoilers, so if you haven't read the first book or if you haven't seen the series, then I guess you should either do that first or just go ahead and be spoiled anyway. Spoilers are starting now. I'm going to talk about a spoiler right now, so you still have time to click away. Before I started reading this, I only knew two things about this book: that it was a YA fantasy and that the Darkling was the villain. So with that knowledge, here is my little reading vlog. I just finished chapter 3 and I wanted to give you my first impressions. I'm intrigued. So Alina just discovered that she has like light powers or whatever. Like, I'm not sure what it is. And at first I felt like this book was very YA. What I like so far is the tension. I feel like, especially the last chapter that I just read, when she's before the Darkling and he's kind of like investigating what happened or whatever, that was so tense, even though like nothing really was happening. There wasn't any fighting or anything, but it was just gripping, you know. And I think it must be the writing style, and I just want to know what happens next. I also liked the action scene that we had before, where the Volcra, I believe it is, attack the skiff. What I don't like as much is like the romance aspect, that is just like in your face right away. Like, Alina has the biggest crush on Mal, and obviously he cares a lot for her as well, but it's just unrequited love, and I don't know, it's just not really working for me yet. I feel like it was a little bit too much, like right from the beginning. I really want to know about this magic system that they have, and for the moment I don't really care about the romance. But we'll see how that evolves. So far I'm enjoying this. I'm on page 48 and I'm having a good time. We have arrived at the let's make this person presentable to meet someone important bit of the story. I don't read a lot of fantasy or sci-fi or whatever, but I feel like this is a trope that I'm going to see more of when I read more. I'm not sure if this is cozy or just plain tacky, but I did it for the video. Let me just give you a quick update. I'm on page 114. Our main character, Alina, has met the king. I'm still enjoying it, but I know that the Darkling is the villain. Aww. I know that the Darkling is the villain of this story, but so far, he's been kind of nice. Like, what is it? My cat is just asking for attention. So I'm not really quite sure when he'll like turn evil or show his true colors, I guess. We'll see. My cat is just a little bit too much asking for attention. Look at him. Look at him. Hmm? Hmm? You know, I have to say, I really like the magic system so far. Like, Alina has powers, but she doesn't really know how to summon them. But these other, what are they called? Amplifiers. But these amplifiers can like help them. And I think it's just such an interesting way of doing magic. It's not something I've encountered before. But then again, I'm not a fantasy reader, so maybe this is like a very common trope. I also like the color-codedness of the keftas. Like each color means something and they have the embroidery on the sleeve. I know that it's like a common trope to divide people up in like fantasy and sci-fi novels or movies, and I like it. I just got out of the shower and I needed to talk about this book. So lots of things are happening. I'm at page 204, which is about like 2/3 of the way through. And like, I'm so confused. You could see my reaction that I showed you of when the Darkling kissed Alina, and I was just like, no, I don't like this. No, I don't like the way that Alina acts when she's around the Darkling. I feel like she's like so bold and she just says what she thinks, and like it just seems odd to me. Like, she's such a reserved person, and then whenever she's around the Darkling she acts like completely differently, and I think that's so strange. And I keep thinking about the Darkling is the villain, but he's just not the villain yet. So there must be something going on, like this kiss must be fake or whatever. It just must be part of a plot. But I just don't know what is going on. I'm so confused, and now I'm at the part where Bagra is like getting her after the winter fete. I don't know how to say that word. She's just like knocked on her door, took her away, gave her some clothes, and was like, you need to get out of here. The Darkling has almost found the herd and bad things are going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, go Bagra. I'm ready to find out what's going on. This is tense. I am definitely enjoying this book. The thing that I probably enjoy the least is like the kind of high school dynamics that are going on with like the different Grisha at school or whatever. Like, I don't really care for that, but I think this is like the turning point where that will all disappear. So I'm just going to keep reading, and I'm excited to find out what happens next. See, now she says using the fold as a weapon. Like, the Darkling is up to no good. But I don't know why. Like, I don't understand. I'm just confused. The fold is his creation? I thought this was like generations ago. What is going on? And why is Alina so adamantly not believing Bagra? I'm like, girl, you know nothing. She's his mother. Like, I was just thinking it right before Alina said it. This is a roller coaster, man. This is a roller coaster. Alina's like saying, the Darkling had claimed he didn't know what Bagra's power was. Had he lied to me? Like, girl. He's like 100 years old. He's centuries old, apparently. You're like 19. You know nothing. You know nothing. I'm glad Bagra said it. He is ancient. He had plenty of time to master lying to a lonely, naive girl. Like, yeah. Like, get a grip, Alina. You're like, so... You know nothing. At the end of a chapter, she like comes to her senses. So, that was my little reading vlog, and this is my review. I enjoyed this book. I gave this book 4 stars out of 5 on the story graph. And I was kind of on the fence about whether I should give it maybe 3.5, but I felt like 3.5 was just a little bit too low of a rating. I read like the last 70 pages, I believe, in one go because it was just so good. I haven't really talked about that part in the vlog itself, but it was very gripping. I really wanted to know what was going to happen. It was very clear that, like, you know, nothing would be resolved at the end, but I was glued to my book. I love Alina's character development, like at the end when she's on the skiff again. That going full circle, like starting on the skiff and ending on the skiff in the book, I really like that, and the difference in how Alina felt and acted was like huge, and it was really nice to see that character development. And the thing that she did when she did the cut, I was like, you're doing something bad, but also I was rooting for her. I was like, yeah, go for it. But like, this is like the thing that you should do in this moment. And of course she regrets it instantly, but she had to do what she had to do. And I'm very interested to see how in the next book they'll kind of talk about that more and explore how that makes her feel and behave. My cat is just like throwing things on the floor. I have talked about most of the things that I liked about this book already. I don't think that I emphasized how much I love Genya. She's such a cool person, and I hope that she appears more in the next books. And I was also very happy with the plot twist of Bagra, who like helped Alina escape, and it turned out that she is the Darkling's mother. Like, I did not see that coming, but like in a good way, you know. It also didn't seem like unbelievable or whatever to me. I guess the thing that I dislike the most is like the way that the romance is such a big part of the story. Like from the very first page, it's super obvious that Alina has a thing for Mal, but that he doesn't really have the same feelings. And her just kind of sulking over that, I was not a fan of. Like, I am not a fan of like unrequited love tropes, it turns out. Or maybe, I haven't really read a lot of those tropes, but maybe this was just poorly executed. I don't know, but I didn't enjoy it. I was like, oh, please just get over it and find someone else. So I'm actually also not really sure about them like kind of getting together at the end. Like, I do love that Mal finds Alina and helps her out and obviously cares a lot for her, but I would have preferred if that was just like a platonic relationship instead of a romance. But you know, it isn't explored a lot at the end of the novel, so maybe this changes, or maybe my opinion changes on this as I progress through the series. I also hated the way that Alina acted around the Darkling. Like, before she knew he was evil, she was so bold with him, and it was like the complete opposite of how she was around other people. Like, she's such a reserved person, and then when she's around the Darkling, she like just says whatever she's thinking. And that could maybe be explained by him being an amplifier, but it is never really explained. So I'm just guessing that Alina is not very smart. Like, that is the impression that I got. I was like, girl, like, please keep some things to yourself. I'm very easily bothered by socially awkward interactions, and those interactions, like, she did not know how to treat this person who was like ranks above her, who was like so many years older than her, like a century older, and you know, I was just not a fan. But overall, I enjoyed the pacing of this book. Maybe in the middle, it kind of felt slow when she was just like learning things and stuff. But then it picked up again near the end. Oh, what I also really liked is the magic system. Like, I really enjoyed that there are like different people with different powers, and also the way that Alina described her power and how it made her feel when she used it. It was so interesting, and it felt also very logical. Like, I can imagine that if you aren't using that magic, or if you're suppressing it, that it would take a ton of energy, and then once you just let it go, that it would feel so freeing. And I really like the descriptions that Leigh Bardugo used, and I just really enjoyed that, and I really want to read more about the magic system. My cat is just running around. So I am definitely going to be reading the next installments in this series, Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising, and then I will also upload a new video about that, because I really do enjoy making these reading vlogs. I did a whole series about Anne of Green Gables. You can watch it up here, maybe. I really enjoyed making those, and I want to continue making more bookish content on this channel. Oh well. I should wrap this up because my cat is just all over the place. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more of me, you can always subscribe. I try to regularly make videos, and I will also link a playlist to all of my bookish videos, and you can watch 2 videos here. One of them is chosen by me, the other one is chosen by the YouTube algorithm. Bye!